Hi, this is Mike, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a poetry slideshow using iMovie. So the first thing that you'll want to do is find a Mac that has iMovie 10.1 on it, and you can go to the Media Center at SWEM Library if you need to find a Mac to use. And then you'll open up iMovie, and iMovie 10.1, or the newest version, is going to look similar to this when you open it up. And what you'll do is you'll go File and New Movie, and you can go ahead and create a movie with no theme, Create, and I'll call it Chinese Poetry. Whatever you want to call it is fine. So now I've got a couple of images that I'm going to show you how to drag into iMovie and then create the nice effect that you'll need for the movie. So I'm going to go into my Finder, and I've got in my desktop, I've created a file, a folder called Chinese Art, and I've got a couple of pictures here that I'm going to drag in. And it's better if you have pictures that are like panoramic images so that you can pan across them. So I'll go ahead and I'll drag image number 2 in here, and while I'm at it, I'll drag image number 1 just to show you what that'll look like. Okay, and that's basically it. Let me close that window, and I can drag as many images as I want depending on how long the movie is going to be. So if I click on that image, it shows me that that's 8 seconds long. I can expand the time by just grabbing and dragging, so now that's a 10-second long clip, or I can shrink the time by grabbing and pulling, and we'll make that a 5-second clip. So there's a 5-second clip, and I'll make this one is 4 seconds right now. I'll make that a 5-second clip. So now they're both 5-second clips. And I can watch it, and you can see I have the screen up here, so I'll drag the bar all the way to the front, and I can click play. And there it is. Pretty boring, because the pictures aren't moving. But now let's add some interest to them. So first thing I'll do is I'll click on the image that I want to have an effect on, and you'll notice that when I click on the image above the image up on top here in my toolbar, I've got cropping as a possibility. So right now it's crop to fill. I want the Ken Burns effect. I'll click on Ken Burns, and you'll notice I've got this little window that appears highlighted, and that's my start area. And if I click on this, that'll show me where I end up. So I'm going to start in one spot, and I'm going to pan to the left. And that's it. I'll click on the check. And now when I watch the show again, it's going to pan very slowly. Alright, and now I'll just do the same thing with the other image. I'll click on that image to highlight it, and you'll see it's in yellow. I'll click on the crop bars, and same thing, I'll choose Ken Burns effect, and I can have it stretch out, or I can have it shrink in. So let's do this one. We'll shrink in a little bit to zoom in a little bit on the horses. And that's it. So I'll hit the check. So now we'll watch the whole video, and as you see, it's panning, and then the next one is zooming in. Now, you might notice that that's a really harsh stop between the two images. So what I'm going to do, up at the top, on the top left, you'll see I have My Media, Audio, Titles, Backgrounds, and Transitions. I'll click on Transitions, and I'm going to do a cross dissolve. And I'll take that cross dissolve and I'll just drag it right between those two images. And now when I watch it, we'll go ahead and watch it again. We'll see there's a cross dissolve between the two images, and it's a lot nicer. So that's it. Now, the next thing that you want to do is add titles so that you can actually have the words of the poem. So to add titles, same thing. I'm going to go up to the titles area, and I have all these options when I have titles. So I could have titles in the top, in the center, down at the bottom, wherever I want. So I'm going to choose a place that's not so obtrusive. So maybe I'll do it at the top here. top left. So I just grab that title and I drag it wherever I want it to appear, and there it is. So now I can have some text here, and I can click the plus, the check mark, and then the text is there. And when I watch the video, the text will come in and out. If I want the text to last longer, same thing. I just grab it and I drag it. And now you see that that's longer. Right. Now, sometimes you'll want to change the color of the text because it might blend into the background too much. So if I click on that text box now, you'll see the text box is what's highlighted in yellow, and whatever is highlighted in yellow is the thing you're having an effect on. So if I click on text, you'll see I can change the color. So I can change a lot of things, but I can change the font, I can change the color. I'll change the color right now. So I'll make that black. We'll see how that looks. So that looks a little better. And once I like the color, I can click on that check mark again, close that box, and then we can take a look. And there you go. And you can drag more text as you like it. So if I need more text, I can go back to the text area and use that same upper, and I can drag the text wherever I want. So I'll drag it here, and we can add some more text right here. And I'll click in here and I'll say more text. And right now I'll highlight it, change it to black to keep it consistent. Click on the check mark, and that's it. So when I watch it, and if you want that to extend, you can extend that as well. So I can extend that. Okay, so far so good. Now you can add some audio to it. You can add music, you can add your own text, your own voiceover, however you want to do it. Let's say I want to voice over a poem. So to do a voiceover, there's a little microphone right here, and I can record a voiceover. Here is my voice doing a voiceover. Oh, actually, I'm going to have to click on the start recording. Sorry. Here's my voice doing a voiceover, and whenever I'm finished, I can just hit the stop. That's it. And now when I listen back to it, here's my voice doing a voiceover, and whenever I'm finished, I can just hit the stop. Great. So I do that. I can fix the audio same way as I fix the text. So I click on the audio that I have here, and now you'll notice I have some choices that lit up. So I have noise reduction and equalizer. So I'm going to, let's try a treble reduce. Here's my voice doing a voiceover, and whenever I'm finished, I can just hit the stop. Okay, that's it. I can also add music. So let's say I have an MP3 that I want to add to this so that there's music involved. So let me find an MP3 file. If I have one here. Okay, so here's a Bruce Springsteen song that I just found. It's an MP3 file. I can grab it, I can drag it down here, and I can add it to my movie. And let's listen to it. Here's my voice doing a voiceover, and whenever I'm finished, I can just hit the stop. And there you have it. When you need to export the whole thing, you can export the whole thing. Let me shorten up this audio track because it's too long. So again, shorten up the audio track. Wow, that's a long audio track. Same way, you just grab it. Oops, you grab the little bar there, you drag it down, and you shrink it down so that it's the same size as the rest of your show. And that's all there is to it. Next thing you want to do is export it to a movie and then upload it to YouTube. So if I go to File and Share and File, and you want to save it as video and audio. Resolution 720 is fine, unless you want it really high resolution, then you can do 1080. And then I'll say next. I'll save it to my desktop as Chinese poetry. Save. Should take a little bit to save it. And you can see there's a little timer up on top. It tells you how soon it's going to be done. And that's it. Now it's done, and you can show it. There it is. We can take a look at it in QuickTime. There it is. Here's my voice doing a voiceover, and whenever I'm finished, I can just hit stop. And then you're all done. Now, the last thing that you need to do, upload it to YouTube, and then you can share it with the rest of the class. And that's all there is to it.